So we are met. Welcome again, everyone. Very happy to be practicing with you this morning. I am Anne Casapini, and I welcome you. So today we will do a variety of poses, and I will pay special attention to neck and shoulders because we're spending so much time on the computer, most of us. So I want to really address those areas. So let's begin with a little centering, and then I have a reading I wanted to share with you, and we'll get moving. So please sit comfortably. If you're on a chair, toward the middle front of your mat, feet on the floor, hands, palms down on lap. And just bring your awareness into your foundation, whatever part of your body is touching the floor or chair or prop, and allow that part to get more grounded. Sense the weight is balanced under left and right sides of body. From there, as you inhale, stretch your spine, lift your sternum, lift the shoulders up, move them back. Let the back of your neck be long, so your chin is a little bit more parallel to the floor. And take a moment now to draw your attention inwards. You can close your eyes. Do your own little body scan, just observing. First, look for the good. Look for something that feels pretty good right now. And then acknowledge gently what might be giving you a little trouble this morning. And now rest your attention on your breath, and as you breathe in fully, and as you breathe out, let it be a long exhalation. Do that a few times. Breathe in fully, breathe out fully. Continue knowing that to breathe, inspirare in Latin, is to enliven. We want to enliven every cell of our bodies. And I like to ring a bell as a gentle reminder to come to this moment right now, very gently. Wonderful. So this article that I wanted to share with you was in last Sunday's New York Times Magazine section by Jack Kornfeld. And Jack Kornfeld is a clinical psychologist and also he trained as a Buddhist monk, and he's been meditating for over 50 years. And the interviewer was asking the question, how can we adapt to disconnection and solitude? How can we deal with all the emotions that are arising right now? And he answered, what is needed in a time like this are ways to steady the heart. The first step is acknowledgement and the willingness to be present. He says you could almost whisper to yourself, whatever it is you're feeling, sadness, fear, anxiety, grief, longing, as if to bow down to that feeling and just hold it with respect. And that allows the feeling to open, maybe even intensify for a bit, but eventually to soften. And then the next step is to bring in a sense of compassion for all your fears and confusion and helplessness, and for everyone else's. These feelings are part of fight or flight syndrome. Our instinct. If we make space for the feelings and they have time to be felt, it's as if your awareness gets bigger, and then you can hold it all with greater ease and compassion and steadiness and presence. And he even says that, scientists have a name for this, and they call it, neuroscientists call it a widening of the window of tolerance. So let's use our practices today to widen our window of tolerance for anything and everything that is arising within us. Yoga is not just a physical practice, right? It is about the spirit and how can we nurture ourselves and feed our spirits with the practice. So please, let's come to standing out. And you can take your chair and bring it to the front of your mat with the high back facing you. And the 4 feet of the chair safely on your mat. Okay. So come to stand in the middle of your mat with your feet parallel, about 4 to 6 inches apart. With hands on hips, bend your knees. I want you to really root some energy in through the feet and legs. Then come to standing, hips back, navel moves back. Lift your sternum, take your shoulders back. Arms are alongside the body. Let's start with full, complete breaths. As you inhale, lift the arms. As you exhale, release the arms. Inhale, breath and movement. Exhale. Good. Inhale fully. Exhale fully. Just very simply. This is so important, combining the breath with the movement. Exhale. Good. Now turn your right palm out only. Inhale, lift up, and as you exhale, side lean. Allow the other hand to hold your ribs, the intercostal muscles here. As you breathe in, you expand those muscles. As you exhale, root through your feet and legs even more. Inhale again. Exhale. Then inhale, rise up. And exhale, release the arm. Please turn the other palm out. Inhale, lift the arm up. As you exhale, side lean, crescent the body. The other hand will hold on to the ribs. Open the spaces between your ribs with your breath. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, root. From the rooting, stretch more. Inhale. And exhale. And on the next inhale, rise up. And exhale, release your arms. Now bend your knees. Inhale, arch your spine, shoulders back. Exhale, round your spine, chin to chest. Good. Slowly inhale, elbows press into your ribs. Exhale, round, you scoop out the belly, and I'll show you from the side. I'm already getting warm, so I'll take off a layer. So you're here, you're inhaling, arching. Exhale, round, scoop the belly. Inhale, arch, look forward, feel wide across your top chest. Exhale, round, the tailbone moves down, the chin goes toward chest, and your navel moves up towards spine. A couple more times at your own pace. You're waking up your spine, coordinating breath and movement. Next time you're inhaling and arching, stay there. Then open your arms out to the side like an airplane, then press into your feet. Inhale, touch the ceiling. Exhale, release your hands. Good. Now with hands on hips, feet are parallel, 4 to 6 inches apart. Sit like you're sitting in a chair. So your hips move back, your torso moves forward, arms come forward. Then inhale, lift your arms, straighten your legs. Exhale, lower the arms. Let's repeat that. Inhale, lift up, open the fingers. Exhale, sit like you're sitting in a chair. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release. Good. Inhale, lift the arms. As you exhale, sit. Now look at your knees. Make sure they are as wide as your ankles. They're parallel. Take another breath here. Work in the quads. On the next inhale, rise up. Exhale. Let's do 2 more of those. Inhale, open the fingers, big stretch. Exhale, sit like you're sitting in the chair. Inhale, rise up, strong feet, strong legs, stretch. Exhale, release. Good, very good. Now separate your feet, outer hip width apart. We'll do some twists. You're going to inhale, lift the arms. As you exhale, twist to your right, on the opposite of you. Then inhale, come back. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, twist to your left. Inhale, come back. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift up. Twist again to your right. Bend the left elbow, touch the opposite shoulder. Inhale, come back. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, twist to the other side. Bend your right elbow, touch the opposite shoulder. Inhale, come back and release. Now we're going to do that 2 more times. Just pay attention to your feet. So keep the inner edges of your feet rooting. Inhale, exhale, twist. Inhale, exhale, release the arms. Inhale, exhale, twist. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release the arms. Good, once more, or rest. Always feel free to rest. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, gently twist. Inhale, come back. Exhale, release. With every breath, inspire yourself. Enliven yourself. Really good. Now, let's do half dog. So come to the back of your chair, or you can do full dog if you're not using a chair, downward facing dog. Come, stand behind the chair, hold on, step back into an L position. Bend your knees, everyone. Stretch your arms, everyone. Stretch your spine. Lift your navel. So from here, we want to lift the upper arms, lift the armpits, lift the upper chest, lift your navel. Breathe. Now stretch your hips back, your thighs back, slowly straightening the legs. You're getting lots of different stretches in the upper body and in the hamstrings. Breathe. Now bend one knee, lean into the straight leg hip. Alternate that. Those of you that have hands on the floor, make sure, just take a glance with your own eyes. Make sure your fingers are spread wide, even spaces between your fingers. Index fingers parallel to each other. Good. And walk forward to the front of your mat. And release. Good. Now, I'd like you to take your strap just a little bit for the neck and shoulders. Just fold it in half. And you're going to place it on the top of your left shoulder, like that. And then just hold the 2 pieces together with your left hand. I'm doing opposite of you. Feet are parallel, Tadasana. Inhale, lengthening your spine. And as you exhale now, take your right ear to your right shoulder. Lower your chin a little bit without turning your torso anyway. Torso face forward, pull down on the strap. So we're getting into the space between the ear and the shoulder. Breathe here. This is trapezius muscle here. Wonderful to do a little stretch there. Breathe into it. Strong feet, strong legs, navel towards spine, and gently breathe into this. Then inhale, come back up. Please go to the other side. Notice I just drape the strap over my shoulder, and then the 2 ends I just hold with one hand. All right. Inhale, lengthening your spine, lift your sternum. Torso is nice and full. From here, left ear to left shoulder. Pull down with the strap gently and breathe into that space between your ear and the shoulder. Lower your chin a little bit. Sense inwardly. Sense the stretch. Breathe. Good. Then inhale, come up. Now let's do lunge. So come to the front of your mat, please. You can hold onto your chair or not for more challenge. Take the right leg back. Lunge. Bow. Lift your back thigh. Lift your hips. Please bend your front knee more. Good. Important here is rooting the big toe mound and the inner heel of that front foot. And the knee is vertical over the ankle. On the back foot, the heel's lifted. That will engage your calf muscle. Good. So you can stay here. This is a great place to work. For more challenge, lift one arm. Alternate. For even more challenge, lift both arms. As you're holding whichever arm variation you're doing, please actively press your navel back towards spine, tailbone down. Lift your sternum. Those with arms up in the air, lift up At the same time, relax the shoulders a little bit and gently breathe. Good, yes, and then hold on. In one or more steps, walk forward and switch your legs. Again, knee vertical over ankle on the front leg. Root the big toe mound, the inner heel. That's the medial edge of your foot. Bow, bow. Lift your back thigh, lift your hips. And the back heel. Yeah, good. See how I lifted my back heel? Yeah, like that. That engages your calf. Navel towards spine, everybody. Tailbone down. Navel towards spine. Engage the core. Again, stay here. That's fine. It's a great place to work the strength in your feet and your legs. Work the balance. Or alternate the arms for a little more challenge. Or lift both arms. The more you root into your feet and descend your hips, more stable is your foundation. Then lift up out of that. Have a little more fun in the upper body and gently breathe in and gently breathe out. Make space in the body, right? You want to make space, get rid of tension, get rid of tightness, so you have more room to hold whatever you need to hold. Excellent. Hold on. Step forward in one or more steps, and let's take another half dog or full downward facing dog on the floor. Everyone, look back at your feet. They're 4 to 6 inches apart, toes pointing forward. Then bend your knees and notice, are your knees falling in or are they widening too wide? You want the knees to be as wide as your ankles without moving your feet. So align the front of your patella, straight forward, the front of the kneecap. Stretch your spine, lift your navel, actively lift your navel. It feels like you're rounding your back, so try that. Breathe. And stretch your arms, lift your armpits, lift your upper chest. Now hips back, thighs back, and breathe. Really good. Walk forward. Take a breath. Good. Now let's do tree pose. Stand in the middle of the mat. Option is to hold onto the chair. Put all your weight on your left foot. I'll do opposite of you. The other knee is going to open out. This is position A, ball of foot pressing into floor. More challenge, you lift the foot. Or even higher still. Press your inner thigh to the sole of your foot if you're doing this variation. Again, it's not required. It's just an option. Press your palms together. Lift your sternum. Lift the back of your head. Open your arms out to the side if you can. Stay here and breathe. And then just for fun, once you're nice and rooted through that standing leg, move your arms in random ways. Move the branches of your tree and really test your steadiness in your foot and your leg. Have a little fun with it, like even surprise yourself where your arms are going to go. This is my new favorite. Tree pose variation. And release. March in place, let go of any tension you may have created. Let's go to the other side. Root the 4 corners of the foot. Big toe mound, inner heel. Pinky toe mound, outer heel. Press ball of foot into floor. So your left knee turns out and the ball of foot is pressing on floor. Heel rests on inner ankle. So you have a nice solid foundation. That's A, choice A. Choice B, lift the foot up a little bit on the inner calf. Choice C, all the way up on the inner thigh with toes pointed down. Hug your hips toward each other. If the foot doesn't want to stay there, you can hold it like I'm doing. But for this variation today, I would say if the foot doesn't stay there, go back to A or B, open your arms, lengthen your spine, and then play. Play a little bit with the branches of your tree pose, Vrikshasana. Stay rooted, stay strong in your feet and your legs, and let the upper body just kind of move and play. Yeah, good. And release. Now please turn your chair around, and we're going to go into a down dog, quarter dog I call it, with the chair, or you're going to, again, do, those of you with hands on the floor, be very mindful when you look down at your hands on the floor. Center of wrist is in line with outer upper arm, so make sure you're wide enough. 4 feet of chair, safely on the mat. Come close to the chair, hold on to the front, and then walk back and walk back. You're in an upside down V shape. This is your downward facing dog. Bend your knees. Raise your sit bones high. The bony bones on the butt, you're going to raise up high, so you draw that lower lumbar spine more into the body. Lift your upper arms. Lift your upper chest. Lift your navel. Keeping all of that. Now hips stretch back. Press the tops of your feet to the floor as you work to straighten your legs. Gently breathe in. Nod your head yes. Nod your head no. Make space in the body. Yeah, good. So gravity is squishing us all day long, so we want to make space. Come forward now. Your feet stay where they are. Come forward into plank pose. Lift your thighs, your hips, your navel, the back of your head. Engage your core. And please go back into downward facing dog. You pull your hips back and your thighs back. Try that 2 more times if you can. Always feel free to rest. Pull the torso forward, shoulders over wrists, arms are straight and strong. Look forward. Keep lifting thighs, hips, navel, back of head. Try to round your back here a little bit more. And then move back. Downward facing dog. Once more if you can. Those that want more challenge, bring the inner edges of your feet together now. And then strong core, but lift one leg up off the floor as you look forward. Don't let the head hang down. And switch. And breathe. Good. Excellent. Now everyone, take the right leg forward in a lunge. Scoot your back foot back a little more. Bend the front knee a lot. So eventually, over time, that front thigh becomes parallel to the floor. Doesn't have to happen today or this month or this year. All right. So from here, what I'd like you to do is a little twist. Those of you that are holding onto the chair, just stay there a minute while I explain this other version. Those of you without the chair, lift the torso, lift your left arm, stretch the left side of your body and come into a standing twist here. This is A version for chairless people. And then B version is elbow to the outside of the knee. Keep opening the knee toward the back of the elbow, right palms lifted. Yeah, good. Keep that. Now those of us that are using the chair, hold on, take your left forearm across the seat of the chair. Right thumb at the top of your right thumb, anchor, making like a C shape here, and I anchor down. Please lengthen your spine and gently twist open toward that front leg. Every in-breath, stretch your spine. Every out-breath, soften what you can. Those that want to go even further, lift the top arm up. Keep actively pressing your bottom elbow down and the bottom shoulders open. Don't let it collapse. Gently breathe. Chin away from chest. Good, now hold on everyone and come into downward facing dog. Down dog's like the home base. This should feel pretty good right now. And breathe. Now take left leg forward. We'll do the other side. Those of you with the chair, just stay here a moment while I demo the other version. Now I'm doing the hardest version, harder versions. Right arm's lifting. Take it to the outside of your left knee. You can stay here. Or elbow to the outside of your left knee, palms press. Look above your top elbow. Good. Right, stay rooted. Stay there. Those of us with the chair, hold on. Right forearm across the seat of the chair. Lengthen in your spine. Put your left thumb at the top of your left thigh and anchor down. That's an external rotation as well there. And you're twisting the torso very gently to the left, toward that front leg. Roll your top shoulder up and back, and then lift the top arm. If it hurts your shoulder, just keep your hand on your hip. So you have options, plenty of options. Breathe, make space in the body. With every inhale, stretch your spine, stretch your legs. With every exhale, maybe you'll go a little deeper into the twist, or just stay there and enjoy. And then hold on, step back, down dog, spread the toes, and release the neck, release the head. Good, good. And walk forward. When you get there, bend your knees, open your arms out to the side. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. Ah, that was good. All right. Now, for arms and shoulders, standing in Tadasana, feet are 4 to 6 inches apart. You can stand in the middle of your mat. Press your palms together. And I want you to press the backs of all 10 fingernail pads and the base of index, base of thumb, base of pinky, base of outer palm. So you've got 14 points pressing. Good. Press actively, but don't hold your breath. Take the whole shape to one side, back to center, whole shape to the other side. Back to center. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, the hands in front of your heart. Point the fingers 45 degrees down and come back. You're going to repeat that. If you feel like you want to sit down and do this, you can do that. Over to one side, center, over to the other side, and center. Lift up and release, and then 45 degrees down. Good, and roll the wrists out. One more thing now for wrists. Roly-poly. So interlace your fingers. I'm going to show you that. I'm going to come a little closer to the camera. I'm interlacing, yeah? And then I'm going to roll the wrists away and back, like away from my torso and then back. My elbows are relaxed. I hear my wrists cracking. So if you hear yours, that's okay. Now pause, look which index finger and thumb are on top, make note of that, and then switch it out and do it again. That can feel weird and awkward because it's your non-dominant hand. But just notice that. This is very good for wrists and fingers. Yeah, good. And release. All right, let's get back to legs. We're going to do a couple of standing poses, warrior poses. So if you'd like to use a chair, put the back 2 feet of your chair on the long edge of your mat. If you're not using a chair and you might like to use blocks, put one on each side. Okay. All right, let's go into warrior 2. Holding onto the chair, take a wide stance. Parallel your feet, and then take a minute to even widen the heels just a little bit more. Now open your left toes to the left. Inhale, lift the front arm. The other hand can hold the chair for steadiness. As you exhale, bend the front knee. So look at your front foot. Be your own guide. That's the one cool thing about Zoom. I mean, I miss you all so much. I wish I could be in the same room as you. But it is making each of us grow in terms of being our own teacher. Right? Instead of relying on me to come around and say, oh no, your knee is falling into the big toe side, opening it up. You need to look. You need to look down and see, oh yeah, right. The center of the kneecap is pointing straight over the base of the second toe. Even opening a little to the pinky is good, right? That's best for your knee. So inhale, lift the front arm. You could stay here, or you can lift the back arm, shoulder height. What I'd like you to also do is put the same amount of weight in the back foot as you have on the front foot. Keeping that, move your torso back. Spine is straight up and down. Gaze over the middle fingers of your front hand and gently breathe. Good. Root down through the legs into your feet. Press your feet down and apart. And then from your heart across your arms into your fingertips. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And lift your sternum, stretch your spine. Excellent. Hold on. Press down to come up. Walk your feet in together. And breathe. Yeah, march out any tension you may have created. Open your feet again. Parallel. And then extra heels come out a little bit. That's just a little bit of adjustment. Open the right toes to the right. Draw an imaginary line from your front heel straight back. It's going to bisect the arch of the back foot. I'll say that slower. Draw an imaginary line from the front foot straight back. It should bisect the arch of the back foot. Then inhale, lift the front arm. Exhale, bend the front knee. Align it, be your own teacher. Look, how's your knee doing? Open it out to the pinky toe side a little bit. Yeah. Stay here with one hand on chair or come into the full pose. Put more weight on the back foot. Yes. Pull your spine back a little bit toward the back leg. And now stretch everything. Take up maximum space. Right? We want to make space, so stretch everything. Make space in your body. Open up the body, open up the mind. Gently breathe in and breathe out. With every full breath in, enliven yourself. Enliven every cell of your body. Really good. To come out of it, hold on, press down to come up. Walk your feet in, toe heel, toe heel. Those of you that want more active challenge in the practice, you can jump in and out of the poses, of course. So let's go now, repeating that, same legs. Wide stance. Open the front toes, the left toes. Inhale, lift the front arm. Exhale, bend the front knee. So you're in the same legs, warrior two. Now let's take it into extended side angle. So the front forearm will lean on that front thigh. Pause here, everyone. Either with your hand on chair or hand on hips. Just pause here a moment. Revolve the torso open right here. Really get in touch with that twist, that inherent twist in this pose. It's delicious. The lower belly sweeps up to the top belly. You could stay there or here, hand on hip. Or go into the full pose. Top arm lays along the top edge of the body with the palm up. Then reach it all the way over your top ear toward inner bicep. Now stretch. Again, root through the outer edge of your back foot. Weight that foot and then feel a stretch along the top edge of your body all the way to your fingertips. Make room. Those that want to go into the full pose, bottom hand can go on block, which is on the outside of your ankle. It can be tall ways, middle ways, or hand all the way to floor for those that want max challenge. Again, keep opening that front knee toward the pinky toe side of your foot. Now, to come out of the pose, if you're thinking, when is she going to get me out of this pose? I want you to root down to come up. So you come up safely. You get a nice solid foundation. This time, let's turn the feet around and go directly into the other side. Right toes pointing 90 degrees open. Inhale, lift the front arm. Exhale, bend the front knee right away. Forearm onto front thigh. Pause here a moment with that top hand either on chair or on hips. Revolve the torso open. Steady your feet and legs. Keep opening that front knee to the right. Option is to stay here and breathe, or to go further, lay the top arm along the top edge of your body, palm up. It gives you a nice external rotation in the upper arm. Can you feel that? And then take that top arm all the way over your top ear and stretch. You know, so there are so many nuances in these poses. You know, you can be practicing for decades and still make new discoveries. That's what I love about the practice. You know, it just gets deeper and deeper, richer. Breathe. Again, that bottom hand as an option. You can put that bottom hand on block or floor. I'm going to stay here with this version, this modified version, because it feels so good. So I'm going to breathe here. Good. To come out of it, press down, push off your knee even, like I just did. Parallel the feet. Walk in. Now turn your chair around for wide leg standing forward fold. Take a wide stance. Hold on. So it's interesting, yoga, there are some fancy schmancy poses, you know, that are really challenging and cool and fun. But even the basic poses, those can be super challenging and also fun. So I hope you discover this through the practice. We're holding onto the chair, taking a wide stance of the feet. The feet are parallel. You can stay here, or you can bring your forearms onto the chair. This is wide leg standing forward fold. Or push the chair to the side. Take your hands to floor or block. Lots of options here. What I'd like you to do is inhale, bend your knees, then exhale, straighten the legs. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Release your neck, release your head. Breathe. Good. Those that want even more challenge, turn the hands around. Reach between your feet all the way back behind yourself. Pull the torso through. Now to come up, either with hands on floor, blocks, or chair, you're going to use your surface. Press down to lift the torso. Toe heel, come on in. Bend your knees. Open the arms out. Inhale, touch the ceiling. Exhale, the hands in front of the heart. Good, good. Nice. Now I want to do another balance challenge. We're going into king dancer variations. So please put the chair at the front of your mat with the high back facing you. And you might need to get a strap. I'll show you the modified version first. Face the front of your mat. Option is to hold on to the chair. Put all your weight on your left foot. Move back a little bit so you can lift your right leg up. So this, you can stay here. This is a good balance challenge. To go further, slide your hand down the shin, point the knee down to the floor, and your heel presses to the buttock. Now, if that's pretty hard to do, here's where your strap comes in. Just fold it in half, make a loop. Slip the front of your ankle into the loop and be here. So thighs are parallel, knees are parallel, hips are square to the front of your mat. Lift your chest, look forward. And you can be here, or here, or lift the left arm up, or bow the torso forward. Stay rooted in the standing foot and the standing leg. Kick that foot back. So anywhere along these variations, work gently, work mindfully, use your breath, don't hold the breath, and you will be getting all the benefit of this balanced pose, building strength in your standing leg, in the weight-bearing leg. Lift your navel towards spine, tailbone down. Good, good. Do the best you can. Gently breathe and release. Really good. Okay, let's do the other side. 50% done on that one. Okay, so you're holding on. All the weight's in the right leg. Make that loop. You just fold your strap in half, or your scarf, or your belt. Put it around the front of the ankle. Make your thighs parallel, knees parallel. You can be here. This is a quad stretch. Or hold on to the toes. Hips are square to the front of your mat. Navel towards spine. Maybe lift the arm, the right arm. Maybe go further. You do not have to do it all today or this month or this year. It takes time to build the balance and the strength. Yeah, good. And release. That was really good. Now I want to do, I'd like you to turn the chair around. And I want to do plank pose, which is great for your hamstrings. And we will take that into triangle pose. So come close to your chair or to the front of your mat. Step the right leg back. Oh, those of you that are not using a chair, you can have two blocks instead, like this. So pick your surface, hands are on chair or blocks, and then you'll step the right leg back, about 36 inches. Turn the right toes out, square your hips, root the inner edge of your front foot. From here, inhale, look forward, stretch your spine, bend the front knee. As you exhale, work to straighten that front leg. Good. Now, key here, normally I go around the room and check your sacrums. I want your sacrum to be level. So try to get that on your own. How can you tell? How can you make that happen? Here's a trick. Drag your left thigh bone back into its own hip socket. So this one, drawing back up. And then the right thigh drags forward into its own hip socket. That will help you square your hips. Inhale, bend the front knee, look forward. Exhale, straighten to the degree that you can. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Good. Now stay here to the degree of straight that you can do. If you can straighten all the way, do it. If you need to keep a bend in the front knee, stay there. And we're going to take this into a forward fold. So stretch your spine, look forward, then start to bend your elbows and fold over the front leg. Or forearms onto chair and you bow. Or hands on blocks going lower. Maybe, yes. Or those that want max challenge. Hands on floor, your hands pressed down and forward, your feet pressed down back. You should feel a really nice, pretty intense stretch on your hamstrings. Good. Gently breathe. To come out of it, let's go right into triangle pose from here. So, those of you with blocks, it's on the outside of your left ankle. Those of you on the chair, that left hand can just press to the middle of your seat. Now, open the torso. So you're going to feel like this lower belly sweeps up to the top belly. Adjust your feet a little bit wider if you need to. And then here you go. This is a modified triangle pose. Both legs straight as you can make them. That front hand, that bottom hand can either be on chair or your own shin below the knee or ankle, block, floor. You pick where you want to be in this. I'm showing the full modified pose. So this is interesting. Your feet and legs are strong. There's a twist in the upper body. And there's this sense of leaning back, which can be a little scary, right? So we confront that. We just gently feel that and create space for it. Create space, create a strong foundation, use the breath. You're leaning back into the unknown. Yeah, and we just stay with it. And we label it. We say, okay, I'm a little nervous, a little bit afraid. Let me just label that. Let me just breathe with that and stay with that. And see if it softens a little bit. See if it gets a little tender. And then gently release. Come into downward facing dog. Stretch your spine, stretch your legs. Please take the right leg forward, bring your blocks back up. Turn your left toes out. We're doing Parsvakonasana. Flank pose once, now the other side. So, inhale, look forward, stretch your spine, bend the front knee. Exhale, straighten that leg. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten to the degree that you can. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Now, stay to the degree of straight that you can. And remember, square your hips. In order to do that, you retract the front thigh back toward its own hip. And then the back thigh comes forward into its own hip. Try to get a sense. You can even put your hand there at the sacrum, this triangular bone at the base of your spine. You want that to be level. Good, so staying here, stretch your spine, look forward, and now we'll go into the forward fold. Bend your elbows. Keep rooting the inner edge of your front foot. Don't let it lift off the floor. Maybe you'll come onto your forearms. Again, if it's too intense, bend the front knee. Give yourself a break. I don't want you to freak out your hamstrings. Stay and breathe. Let your exhales take you a little bit further. Maybe your hands will come onto blocks, or maybe if you had your hands on blocks, maybe your hands will come to the floor. Those of you with hands on floor, make it very active. Hands pressed down forward, feet pressed down back. You can release your neck and head. And breathe. Really good. Let's come into triangle now. So hands back to your surface, whether it's chair or block or floor. Right hand is at the center of the chair. Turn your back toes out a little bit more. Lengthen in your spine, and now you're revolving the torso open to the left. Sense that. Strong feet, strong legs. So feet are pressing down and apart. Glide the top shoulder back, lift the top arm up if that feels okay for you. And if it doesn't, keep the top hand on your hip. You can look down to your front foot. That's easiest for your neck. You can look toward in the direction of your belly button, or you can look up to your top hand. That's the classic place to look. Couple breaths here, and again, that bottom hand, for those that want more challenge, can be on the shin or the block or your ankle or the floor. You'll see how it goes today. Take a moment to stay strong in your foundation, yeah? And then lean back a little bit. The stronger you are in the foundation, the more freedom the upper body can have, more fun. Make space in your body, space, space, space. Yes, good. And in the mind. Hold on. Step back. Downward facing dog. Bend your knees, stretch your spine. Walk forward. When you get there, bend your knees, open your arms out to the side. Inhale, come up. Exhale and release. So good. Now we're going to come to sit on the chair and do a couple things on the chair. So that should feel pretty good right about now. Oh, yes. All right. So yoga really is this wonderful evolution, you know, transforming the body in a way that maybe what started out really, really difficult, seemingly impossible, becomes easier, becomes more possible. So I encourage you to stay with the practice. Wherever you're at, stay with it. The benefits are coming. As you continue, little by little, more strength, more flexibility, greater balance. And that's just on the physical level. Then there's the whole mental, heart, spirit level, where you can really start to experience and understand the entire scope of the yoga practice. You know, there's a sage, a yogic sage, Patanjali, who said, here's a famous phrase, yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Sanskrit. Yoga chitti vritti nirodha, meaning yoga is the cessation of the fluctuations of the mind. So often people think of yoga as like, oh, you know, this physical practice where you get into pretzel poses. But that definition doesn't even talk about the physical. It talks about the mind. So it's very interesting, right? Yoga chitta vritti nirodha. So sit toward the middle front of your chair. You can pick which ankle you want to do. Ankle to knee pose, hip opener. Lengthen in your spine. Flex the foot. Go back and forth. Loosening up the joint a little bit, the hip joint. Lengthen in your spine and gently bow forward. Gently bow forward. Find your breath here. You might feel the outer hip rotators. You might feel the groin. Breathe here. We're doing a lot of sitting, I imagine. I know I am, more than I'm used to. More sitting on the computer. So we need to make space. We need to open up the hips. We need to open up the shoulders. As you bow forward, shrug your shoulders up, take them back. Get those shoulder blades on your back. So even though we're doing a hip opener, you're staying mindful. You're still keeping good shoulder alignment. Don't jut your chin forward, lower it down. Back of neck is long. Gently breathe. Don't press your knee. You can hold the middle thigh. That's okay. You can open that up a little bit. Good. Yeah. And switch. And switch. Ankle to knee. flex your foot. What does that mean? Flexing the foot is like this. You pull it back toward its own self, toward its own knee, and you spread the toes, you flare the toes, and then you'll feel all the muscles work evenly on all sides of your joints and your bones. Lengthening their spine and gently bow forward. You might notice which side is tighter. There's always a side that's tighter. Gently breathe into that. Outer hip rotator, very nice for your outer hip rotators. Breathe, keep those shoulder blades on the back. Lead with your sternum, not with your chin. Take as full a breath as you can. Full inhalation, long exhalation. So the poses challenge us. They challenge us physically. Then we apply the breath to center us, to ground us, to bring us into the present moment, to explore what is. We explore the tightness, with compassion. All right, yeah. Yeah, good. And release. Now let's do seated forward fold. So if you're on the chair, you can be here. You can put your hands on the floor. You can bow. Those of you on the floor, you can do straight, legs together, and bow forward, walking your hands alongside the legs. Parsvakonasana. Those of you on the floor. Again, here. Or, where's my blocks? Here. Hands can be here. Or here. Notice what you feel. Can you feel the stretch all the way down to your lower lumbar area? The back body gets a nice stretch here. Release neck, release head. I like to imagine that I'm just emptying out my thoughts, emptying out the worries, anxieties, fears, just for now, just for this moment. And I'm making space in the spine. Literally walk your hands up your legs, right? Every time we stretch, right, the weight of your head creates a traction, like 12 pounds, stretching your spine. Good, let's do seated twist now. So if you're on the chair, feet are on the floor, thighs are parallel, knees parallel. Hold on with your left hand to the left bar, right hand to the outside of your left knee. Inhale, lengthening your spine, and very gently twist. Those of you that are on the floor, I'll just show you. I want you to do Ardha Matsyendrasana. So you two are leaning on your left hand, bend your left knee. Inhale, lengthen in the spine as you exhale. Very gently, start from the lower lumbar area and gently twist, starting from the bottom of your spine, moving up the spine, gently twisting. So whether you're on chair or floor, every in-breath, lengthening your spine. Every out-breath, either stay with where you are or invite the body to twist just a tiny bit more. Inhale, lengthen in the spine. Exhale, gently twist. Inhale, come back. Switch sides. Leaning on the right. Inhale, lengthen in your spine. And gently twist. Keep going with that. I'll just model on the chair once again. Just to refresh in case you need that instruction. You're holding onto the sidebar with the right hand. The left hand is to the outside of your right knee. Inhale, lengthening your spine. Exhale, gently twist. And try not to swing the head around. Let the twist start from the lower lumbar area, the middle back, the upper back, and finally the neck and head. Smooth breath in, long breath out. With every out breath, see if you can release a little more tension. Let go, let go, let go. Inhale, come back. Really good. Nice. Let's take one more seated forward fold. This time, here as we did before, or you can come into a full standing forward fold, lifting your hips up off the chair. Those of you on the floor, just come up into Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Everybody release the neck, release the head. Good, and then I'd like you all to come to the floor, either come back to the floor or come to the floor. Slowly and carefully. Just for, I want you to lay on your belly actually. A couple of strengtheners for your back. So you'll come to lay down on your belly. You can take your glasses off if you're wearing glasses. And let's do now locust pose. Arms alongside the body. Let's do palms down today. Stretch one leg long, put it back down. Stretch the other leg long, put it back down. And rest your forehead on the floor for a minute. Good. Now here's the actions I want you to maintain. I want you to do them and then keep them. Toes press, tailbone presses, lift your navel, keeping that going, lift your head now. Shrug your shoulders to your ears, lift the shoulders to the sky, but don't pull them back toward your hips. Just forward to your ears, up toward the sky. Back of neck is long. Tailbone down, navel lifts, keep that. That's locust 1. Then rest. Now, you can A, take a rest and skip this next one. B, repeat what we just did. Or C, we're going to fly the feet and legs in a minute. Just let me talk you through it. Toes press, tailbone presses, navel lifts. Keeping that, inhale, lift your head, lift your shoulders. Now, kneecaps are pointing straight down. From the tops of your legs, almost lift your legs. And now actually lift your legs. Good. From the tops of your arms, almost lift your arms. And now actually lift your arms. Good, good. Back of neck is long. Gaze down the bridge of your nose. Breathe here. Stretch, stretch. Lift any amount higher you can without strain. I don't want you to ever go to pain. So what helps you avoid any pain in the lower lumbar area is tailbone down. Lift your navel toward your spine. And then rest, make a forearm pillow. Turn your head to one side and wiggle out the hips. Really good. Now come onto your forearms. Okay, this one's for abs. Feel free to watch me first before you decide if you're going to jump in on this one. Forearms are on your mat and your palms are face down. Elbows are under armpits. Forearms parallel, wrists parallel. Drag your elbows back toward your hips. Isometrically. It means they don't really move, but you'll feel your torso pull forward out of the waistline. This is making space at the lower lumbar area, which we want. Now, tuck the toes under. Melt your upper torso between your upper arms. It's like a release downward toward the earth. Now, keeping all of that, toes press, knees press. Inhale, and as you exhale, lift your hips. Lift your navel, round your back here. The knees are on the floor. And rest. We'll try that again for those of you who want to jump in now. Forearms on floor, drag back isometrically. Melt the upper chest between the upper arms. Keeping that. Toes press, knees press down. Inhale, and as you exhale, lift your hips. Round your back. Scoop out the belly. It's the navel up towards spine. You're really working that core strength. Really working the lower abs. Just be glad you don't have to talk while you're doing it. And breathe. Good, good. Those that want to try a different variation, lift your knees, press out through your heels, press out through the top crown of your head. Keep rounding your back. Breathe here. If it's too much, of course, just put the knees down and take a little rest. Good, good. Now come into child's pose. So you're going to come into all fours. Open your knees wide, toes together, and pull the hips back toward your heels. You can come onto your forearms. The full pose is hips all the way to heels. If that's too much, don't go that far back. Arms can be in front of you or alongside body. Breathe here. Child's pose, Balasana. As you hold the pose, go ahead and rest. I'll just lift my head so you can hear me better. Remember that child's pose it's called a pranam, which is an offering. So as you feel your forehead on the floor, or you can even put a block there under your forehead just to sense that third eye point. Allow yourself to make an offering for your practice, for yourself, for the world. May we all learn how to hold this state of groundlessness. And remember, we always have a choice. We can close our hearts or we can open our hearts. So we want to open our hearts to more compassion, more generosity, more kindness, more service. Swing your legs around now. Dandasana. Straight legs, hands behind you. Lift your chest. Flex your feet, flare the toes. Press the backs of your legs down. So this pose looks kind of easy, but it can be quite challenging. I like to come onto my fingertips and bend the elbows a little bit, because then you could lift the fronts of your shoulders up and back. Yeah, you feel that? Open the front chest more. Engage your upper back more. And breathe here. Good. Let's take this into Navasana. Again, if you need to skip it, you want to just rest and watch, do that. Lift your sternum, shoulder blades on your back. One shin lifts, other shin lifts. You could keep doing that. Or for more challenge, both shins are off the floor. Or for more challenge, straighten the legs. Or for max challenge, look, mom, no hands. Flex your feet, flare the toes, lift your sternum, blades on your back, and breathe. Yeah, pull the pinky edges of your feet back to the outer hips. Good, and rest. And breathe. Now let's take Parsvakonasana, soles of feet together, and you're in a diamond shape. I'm just looking for my blocks. So if you have any hip issues, it's nice to put blocks under your thighs, okay? Hold on to your ankles, pull your chest through the upper arms. Stretch your spine. Draw the lower lumbar in and up. Then bow. I like to walk the elbows in front of shins. And bow. So every time you practice, it's like you honor yourself right where you are. In these forward bends, we bow. You bow to yourself exactly as you are in this moment. Whatever you might be feeling, give it room. Make space. Allow, through the practice, allow a tenderness to arise, a spaciousness. Breathe in, breathe out. Know that you're by yourself sometimes, but you're not alone. We're all going through this together. Really good. Now come on up. It's already time to go into meditation. What at all? We're having so much fun. The minutes just fly by. All right, so meditation. You can lay down right now and just be on the floor, or you can sit up for meditation. And then after that, we'll do Shavasana, which is formal rest. So if you're going to sit up, just find your comfortable place. Be warm. Put a sweatshirt on, socks, blanket, whatever you like. Good, good. And as you're getting ready, I just wanted to share another couple words from this wonderful Jack Kornfeld article. He says, you know, the more that you just acknowledge and be present to what is, the more it opens you up to something more mysterious, which is that maybe you've realized, I can tolerate this. Maybe I can live a little easier within this. Again, the neuroscientists call it widening the window of tolerance. So you realize you can either spend your time worrying, which doesn't really help, or you can say, let me do the most magnificent work I can do right now. Right? Let me be there for my wife and my children. Let me live this life fully. Like that's the one day at a time thing. And you remember, you don't have to believe all your thoughts. You can choose the ones that are helpful and listen to those. All right, so let's meditate together. And remember, we don't meditate to become better meditators. We meditate to become more alive and more present in every moment of our lives. So find a comfortable seat. If you're sitting up like me, lengthen in your spine. Draw the lower lumbar in and up. Lift your shoulders up and back. Lift your sternum. Lengthen the back of your head. If you're laying on the floor, arms alongside body, palms up. Legs can open up, outer hip width apart. Draw your attention inward. Gently breathe. And if you'd like, I suggest you put one hand on the heart. When you physically feel the presence of the hand on the heart, it actually calms the nervous system. It actually physically has positive effects, calming the nervous system, taking us away from the fight or flight impetus to calm. So in yoga tradition, this is the heart center, the Heart Chakra, it's called. And and the Heart Chakra is associated with a sound. It's Yam. It's called the Bija Mantra. Yam, Y-A-M. So I invite you to repeat that to yourself. As you breathe in, say to yourself, Yam. As you breathe out, say to yourself, Yam. Let's just try that together for 3 minutes. I'll ring a chime to start. I'll ring a chime to finish. Breathe in, Yam. Breathe out, Yam. You can repeat it silently or out loud. As you breathe in, yum. As you breathe out, yum. As you continue with the mantra practice, make space for all that arises within your field of awareness. Whatever arises, just let it be there. Acknowledge it. Worrying, list making, sensation, grief, whatever it is, acknowledge it softly, with tenderness, and come back to the breath awareness. Breathing in, yum. Breathing out, yum. Now you can gently let that mantra go and come to lie down now for Shavasana, deep rest. And if you're already on the floor, make any small or large adjustments you might need in order to allow your body to really rest for just a few minutes together, formally resting, giving yourself permission to just stay, to just rest for a few minutes. Very gently begin to bring yourself back up to a comfortable seated position. And in closing, just a few more words of wisdom from Jack Kornfield. He says, what I know from 50 years of meditation and doing hospice work is that we are not just this body. We are bigger. We are consciousness. So thank you all so much for coming to practice today. I hope that the practice has lifted your spirit. I know it has lifted mine just to be together with you. So let's finish with Om. Let's do 3 Oms together. Palms together, fingers spread, thumbs in front of the heart. Let's break it down into Om. Ready? Breathe in. Namaste.
Namaste.